This is a Spirit of Oklahoma Network Sports presentation. Oklahoma State Basketball. The following is a News on 6 special presentation. Eye on the storm.
We were sitting outside and we heard the warnings go off, and all of a sudden we just heard this big roar coming through.
1 minute it's just here and next minute is gone.
It's really a miracle.
Out of the blue, it arrives. With sights and sounds you'll never forget.
Wild thing!
It's a wild thing. Jim Giles' Wild Wild Weather Show. Go backstage with a Phantom beginning Monday on 6 in the morning. Emmy Award-winning Scott Thompson. The Oklahoma Traveler.
This week, it's a place of used-to-be's and might-have-beens. But to my way of thinking, Skeety has something no other Oklahoma town can match. In the middle of a sad square of abandoned sandstone, there is a most delightful welcome.
An education or a modeling career, it's a delicate balance of the walk, the look, the light. Today at 5 on KOTV, the News on 6.
On April 19th, our world was shaken, our lives changed.
And our hearts are literally broken.
And since that horrible day, the cries for justice have never been silent as the case against the suspects develops. The deadline is Friday. Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols must be indicted or released. As these history-making events unfold, the News on 6 will take you there with live, comprehensive coverage. Watch Oklahoma City bombing, the indictments, only on the News on 6.
Tonight at 10, right after Walker, Texas Ranger, a News on 6 Saturday night special. It's the best fly fishing spot in the state.
Catch my special report tonight at 10.
Right after a river runs through it on KOTV, the News on 6.
The spirit of Oklahoma.
The people who drive with their lights on. The people who wave. The folks who wear the ribbons. That builds the spirit. That gives us the confidence and strength to continue our work. They're heroes to me. Thank you.
The spirit of Oklahoma is people like you.
There's a story in the face of every Oklahoman. It's the story of their spirit. A story written by the days and years spent as a friend, a neighbor, a family. It's the story of who they are and what they stand for. And it's a story that should be told by people who understand and share the same spirit. Like the people of KOTV, the News on 6, the spirit of Oklahoma.
Heads up on 10 and 11, please, Jay, if you would. Open to be 19 over 10, sound full, continued VO. Wiping to 11, sound full, continued VO. Wiping to 10 for VO, 2 with the 2 and key. Ready 19.
CBS News.
Roll 19. And dissolve sound full.
KOTV 6, the spirit of Oklahoma.
One more notch of sound up front, if you would, please, sir. Parker.
At 6. with Clayton
Ready 10
Moore,
under 19, sound full.
Glenda Sylvie, meteorologist Jim Giles, and
Roll
John
10
Wall's Sports.
and sound.
It's kind of like what I went through.
Stand by, Mike's and cue. Ready 11 with sound. We'll wipe to it. Roll 11.
Oklahoma City
Wipe sound.
We'll provide the camera in the courtroom. Something
Stand
we do
by.
every day.
Mike's and cue.
Can it happen in the Oklahoma City bombing
Ready 10.
trial? Survivors
Roll
of the
10.
attack take a plan to court.
Wipe.
And a different
Ready 2 with your push and key.
hands here. We see how the feds made
Make your push 2.
a little better.
Dissolve. Ready back on Title 4 and effects.
And I'm Glenda Silver.
Pointer over, take.
Tonight's top
Have the
story
live
is
standby.
survivors of
Ready 3
terror
on
from
Glenda in the double
halfway around
box
the
with
world
remote 5
journey to
Hogs 1.
Oklahoma to share in the suffering and understanding of the Oklahoma City bombing.
Pointer over, take.
News
Ready
on
live
6
with
reporter
key.
Damon Gardenhire was with them today. Damon?
Take.
Well,
Stand by to read your key. Read your key. You can advance still 1.
To the dead
And read your key back.
are increasing. But today, a special
Read it.
event,
Ready 11
survivors of
clean.
Israeli
No
car
key.
bombings came to Oklahoma
Roll
City
11.
to pay their respects and help heal the wounds.
Take.
They ended
Ready
their
key.
day at the
Dissolve it
Heartland
in.
Chapel, a memorial across the
Read
street
your
from
key.
the bomb site where they lit candles in remembrance
Key out. Ready live
of the
with key.
victims. Then Lieutenant Governor Mary Fallon led the teens on a tour of the bomb site.
Take.
Now earlier
Ready
today,
10
we followed the
with
6 Israeli
ready 10
teens
clean.
as
I'm
they
sorry.
visited
It's a
Edmond
package
Memorial
sound
High
full.
School, where they talked to kids their age about the pride and pain in
Roll
coping
10.
with terrorism.
Take sound. Ready key.
Israel, April
Key in.
1994,
Animate.
the first in a 2-year campaign of terrorist bombings
Read your
against
key.
Israelis that has so far claimed 130
Key out.
lives.
Next key is at
For the
19.
survivors,
TRT is
the Oklahoma City
153.
bombing rekindled the fire
153
they
out.
lived
Q
through.
is Be
The 16
Strong. We'll be
survivors
tagging
bear the
live with
scars
key.
from
Ready
those
key.
flames.
Then I was in
Key in.
the hospital almost
Key out.
3 months. So what
10
they
seconds
do
back.
before
Stand by
the
live. Out Q is
terrorism.
Be Strong.
Just,
5 seconds.
This is
Ready live with key.
To be stronger.
Take Mike's and Q Damon.
Now, Israelis aren't the only ones making visits here
Read your
before
key.
the April 19th
Ready the double
bombing
box.
anniversary.
Camera
President
4 on
Clinton will be
Glenda
here
with Ox
next
1.
week. That will be April 5th on a Friday. He had wanted to be here for the April 19th anniversary, but he will be out of the country then. Glenda, back
Take.
to you.
All right.
Ready
Thank you.
3 on
Damon
Clayton straight.
Gardenhire reporting from Oklahoma City. Clayton?
Take. You can advance still 3. Ready Cypher over still 3. Next we will dissolve to it.
Denver will learn how to react to a bomb threat or detect suspicious packages that could carry explosives.
Dissolve.
Police
Animate.
start training seminars there next week for people who
Ready
work in
2
the
in
area
effect,
where the
seeking
trial will be
justice.
held.
We will
The
take
Justice
to it.
Department survey shows 76% of the bombing victims want to attend some part of the trial in Denver.
Take.
Bombing survivors did take legal action.
You can
today
advance
to
still
have
3.
closed-circuit camera coverage of the Denver trial. A motion
Ready
filed on
11 with
behalf of
key.
victims'
Sound full
families
next for a
asks the
bite
judge
only.
to allow a fixed camera in the courtroom and to televise proceedings to a South Oklahoma City theater. The victim's proposal says only victims who receive credentials from a judge in Oklahoma City could watch the court proceedings. The lawyer who filed the motion is confident the federal judge on the case will comply
Row 11.
with the victim's request.
Take sound.
And they will feel some ownership in the
Key out. 9
prosecution
seconds
process.
back. Tagging 2 in effects.
We are the
Same
crime
still.
victims. And
5
we
seconds.
need to have
3.
some input and a trial that's over 600 miles away.
Take Q Mike's.
Other parties in the bombing case, including the defendant's lawyers,
Ready 3
will
on a 2.
respond to the motion for the closed-circuit TV. A ruling could come in about 2 weeks.
Take. Ready 10 with
Bombing
key.
suspect Timothy McVeigh is
Roll
seeking
10.
special privileges in prison.
Take.
The Justice
Animate.
Department
You can
says
advance
McVeigh
still
has
1. Stand by to read your key.
exercise privileges,
Read your key.
limitations on surveillance, and a computer
And
to
key
help
out.
him review evidence as he awaits trial.
We'll be tagging
He's
this
expected
4
to
and Glenda
appear in
straight.
Denver April 9th for a hearing on his lawyer's request that the judge access classified intelligence reports about terrorist activities around the world.
Take 4. Ready
McVeigh's
2 in
lawyers
effect.
say the
UMSA with
information
key.
could
For
implicate
page
others in
7.
the bombing.
Take. Ready
Other
11
news
with
now,
key.
Tulsa City Council
Key out.
makes a
Roll
decision
11.
tonight on the future of the EMSA ambulance
Take.
service.
Animate.
Councilors are scheduled to vote on a proposal to deny EMSA
Key out.
automatic renewal
We'll
of
be
its
tagging
contract.
2 in effect. Same
The ambulance
still.
authority's high rates and debt load have concerned the city leaders. In recent years, councilors want 6 more months to consider solutions and alternatives.
Take.
The council
Ready
meeting
3 on
started
Clayton
just a
straight
few minutes ago.
for
The
page
agenda
8.
also includes a proposed ordinance which would ban beer at businesses that feature nude dancing.
Point him over. Take.
Playboy magazine
You can advance
is
still
coming back
1.
to
Ready
Oklahoma
10 with
colleges,
key.
but the National
Roll 10.
Organization of Women is not worried
Take.
this time around.
Animate.
Now's
Stand
state
by to read your key.
coordinator says the group
Read your
has
key.
better things to do than to protest Playboy photo
Key out.
shoots.
Ready 3
like
on Clayton
they
straight
did
for the
in
tag.
This one in 1991. Playboy is seeking students from the University of Oklahoma and Oklahoma State for its next college conference pictorial.
Take. Ready 4 in
Shoots
effects
at
with key
hotels
for
near the
page 9A.
colleges are scheduled for next month.
Take.
A company burning toxic waste on the Oklahoma-Kansas
Key out.
border is
Still 3 is in
K
K-scope next. We'll be wiping to 11. It's a package, sound full. Ready, still 3.
News on 6
Dissolve.
reporter Michelle Lowry visited the Aptus plant in
Row
Colorado,
11.
Kansas.
Wipe sound. Key in. Animate.
Peek into this giant barrel where dangerous
Read your key.
toxic waste is burned at 1,700 degrees.
Key out.
Toxic
10
waste,
seconds back to
and
the
then
studio. Ready to
installing
tag 4 on
it
Glenda
could
straight.
force some plants out of the
5
waste-burning
seconds.
business. In Coffeyville, Michelle Lowry, the News on 6.
Take Mike's cue, Glenda.
A spokesman
Ready, 3 on a
for
2 for
Kansas
break 1
cement
tees.
plant says he has no comment because he hasn't read the proposed regulations.
Corner over take. Music. Roll 10. Ready, 10, title 1. Sound full. Take
To
sound.
me, they're champions already, whether they win the cup or not.
Mike's and cue. Ready, 11, title 2. Roll 11.
In game 6.
Wipe.
Plus a look at high dollar changes
Ready, title 1.
in the
Sky cam.
$100 bill.
And dissolve.
Next, Jim Giles tells us
Ready,
about
still
changes
3.
ahead in the weather. Can we count on a warm-up for the weekend?
Dissolve. Music full. Ready, title 2 over cam 5 for RTNDA. And dissolve and card it.
You're watching the News on 6.
Ready,
John's
14.
Best newscast in Oklahoma and Texas.
And roll 14. Fade this. Take it, master.
On the next entertainment tonight.
10 seconds
Stand
back.
by.
Stand by in the studio.
Liberty
Ready,
Tulsa.
3 on a 3.
Weather now with AMS meteorologist Jim Giles.
And dissolve Mike's and cue them.
Here he is now.
Ready,
to
2
tell
on
us-
Jim with key.
I guess the rain's going to give us that little push we needed. I'm already starting to see things
And if you
coming up.
didn't already have the weather medal, we would give it to you again.
I've got it in a vault over here at the side.
Work for a cluster.
Yeah, you bet you. We'll go for a cluster.
Take.
It'll not be long, of course.
Ready,
I'll
back
lose
on
that
Title
medal
Lock 7,
again.
I-7.
Obviously, we're living in Oklahoma.
Dissolve.
But finally, some much-needed rain. Here's
Clock
a
on the
look at
right's
some
good.
of the rain reports around the some showers.
We'll be out to 2 with a 3
next
shot.
Wednesday.
Ready,
So
2. Tilt down a
we're
little
getting
bit.
close to
Hold
spring.
it.
It'll not
Dissolve.
be too many days off.
Ready,
You'll be able
I-7.
to say, hey, spring is here, but not for now. However, we're still talking about spring things, and that is
Dissolve.
Wild Wild Weather Show. It comes up next Tuesday.
Tagging
It
2
will
on
be
a
in
3.
Drumright, the high school gymnasium, 7 o'clock. So if you live in the Drumright area, please remember, make your plans now. Get there early.
Dissolve.
It's a free program.
Ready, 3 in effects.
And I
Tonight
guarantee
at
you'll
10.
be entertained and hopefully educated.
Thank you, Jim.
Take.
The president
Ready,
is
10.
cracking
Sound
down
full.
on
Roll
illegal
10 with
activity
key.
in public housing.
Take sound.
I know that for
This will be
some,
continued VO.
one
Stand
strike
by.
and you're out sounds like hardball. Well, it is.
Mike's and cue.
Tonight at 10, how local
Ready,
residents
4 and a
feel
3 with
about a
background
renewed
title
effort
dissolve.
to
Check the
clean
shade
up
on 4,
public
please,
housing.
and tilt down
We'll
4.
tell you how the government plans to take a more
We'll do shot
active
4
role.
and
John
dissolve.
Holcomb joining us now for
Ready,
the
3 on
sports
John
report for
straight.
this Thursday evening. Good evening, John.
Yes, new things on TU's football agenda for next year, joining the Western Athletic Conference, and they'll know where they'll be each week.
Sneaky
now.
music in,
TU's
Parker. Ready, 20 and 11 for the tees.
Football schedule is complete, and the Golden Hurricane will begin playing
Roll
their
20.
new
Roll 11.
conference
Ready,
on
bump.
the road,
Dissolve.
which is
Key.
also where we find John Walls. His swing through spring training includes
And
a
ready,
look
14.
at a Royal on the rebound.
Little music up. And roll 14, fade this, take it, Master. 10 seconds back to the studio. Ready, 3 in effects. Master will need your bug right off the top. And dissolve Mike's and cue. Bug
It's only
in
5
and
months
key
until
in.
TU will take the field in football as a member of the
Key
Western
out.
Athletic
10's in
Conference.
case,
Today,
go
the Golden
clean, no
Hurricanes'
key.
schedule was released. They open at SMU in Dallas on August 31st. They also have home games with Iowa of the Big Ten and conference games with Colorado State, BYU,
Ready,
New Mexico,
10.
and TCU. Their home opener with
Roll
the
10.
Hawkeyes is September 21st.
Take.
OU coach John
You can
Blake
advance your
perhaps
still.
hoping he had more
We'll be
than
wiping
5
to
months
11
get his
next.
Sooners ready. OU's numbers
There
are
will
down,
be
and now
a
they're losing
bite.
4 more players.
So we'll have a
Seniors
count,
Jeff
Michelle.
Frazier and Michael McDaniel, freshman Rico Harley, and sophomore Matt McCormick will miss the rest of spring workouts and may not be ready for the fall. All
Row
have been
11.
battling injuries. The
Wipe.
Tulsa Oilers aren't letting injuries get in the way
Key
of
in.
their series with Oklahoma City. The Oilers are missing
Key out.
offensive standout Chris Robertson.
And here comes your count
but
to
they're
the bite.
still alive
In
after
10,
a 5-4 win
9,
last night in Game
8,
5. Ryan
7,
Harrison's hat trick
6,
means there will be
5,
a Game 6 here
4,
at the Convention Center
3,
tomorrow night.
2, 1,
I
sound.
think maybe the
Key in.
momentum has switched a little bit, and I think
Key
they
out.
are nervous a little
5
bit. So
seconds
right
back,
now,
ready, 3 in effects,
they're
Royals.
just playing and they're having fun, and that's what I want them to do.
Take Mike's and cue.
Surviving a slump. That's what Kansas City
10's in
Royals
case
catcher Bob
scope.
Hamlin
Sound
has
full.
been trying
Wiping
do
to
over the
11.
winter.
Sound full. It'll
John
be a
Wall's
package.
spring swing stops in Baseball City, Florida for a look at the one-time Rookie of the Year's hopes
Roll 10.
for a return to glory.
Dissolve sound. Ready, 11. Row 11. And wipe. Sound full.
Big league season. Bob Hamlin
Ready,
was
key,
an
key in.
instant hit. For Kansas
10
City,
seconds back
and
for the
proved that his
studio. We'll
off-season
come out
loss
to
was the
4 to
Royals'
3.
in-season game.
We'll dissolve for
From
that,
Baseball
Doug.
City, Florida, with
Ready,
photographer
4.
Ed Taylor, I'm John Walls reporting for the Sports on 6.
Dissolve Mike's and Q. Ready,
Tonight,
2 on
John
a
takes
2
a
for
look at
break
the
3 tees.
entire
It'll be quick
Royals
with sound
roster
full
and
off
how
the
he thinks
top.
they'll fare this year.
Great. Thank you, John.
Take music, roll 20, roll 10, ready bump. Dissolve, sound full. Key.
Changing from like Benjamin Franklin to Bill Clinton.
Mics and cue.
Still to come.
And ready
what's new
14.
and what's not on the new $100
And roll
bill.
14, fade this, take it, master. Ready, foreign effects, top story recap. Stand by, and dissolve mics cue.
Recapping tonight's
Ready, 11
top
with
story.
key.
6 Israeli teenage survivors of an Israeli terrorist
Roll
attack
11.
visited with a group of Oklahoma peers
Take.
today. The Israeli
You
youth
can
paid their
advance it still.
respects
We're
at the
back on
site
title
of the
2 and
bombing.
effects next.
At the one-year anniversary of the bombing of the Murrah building
Your turn.
nears, Israeli survivors offered encouraging words.
Take.
Time now for
Ready,
your
10.
turn, where you can say what's on your mind about the news or
Roll
issues
10.
of the day. A viewer from
Dissolve.
Gore talks about how to bring savings to the federal government. My first cut.
Here
would
comes
be
your count to the change.
Fraud.
In 10,
Fraud in
9,
food stamps, Medicare,
8,
Medicaid,
7,
and welfare benefits.
6,
we could pay the investigators
5,
with the fraud
4,
money. Put
3,
more people to work.
2,
having more
1,
people paying taxes
change.
and Social Security.
Ready, 2 and
Just
effects.
imagine people putting into the system instead of taking out.
Take.
And
Roll
a
11.
viewer
Ready,
from
11.
Proctor talks about
Dissolve.
certain business practices. Do business people realize
Here
that
comes
not
your count
all
to the
of their
change.
customers
In 10,
share their political
9,
views, that they may
8,
drive off
7,
customers by
6,
posting political
5,
signs, particularly
4,
of the hateful,
3,
disrespectful, personal
2,
attack type?
1,
Political
change.
signs do not belong in a place of public business. This is
Ready,
true
2 and
whether
effects
the
for the
political
tag. Your
stance
turn.
is conservative or liberal or Republican or Democratic or any other philosophy.
Take. Ready, 10.
If you'd like to have your views on the issues of the day
Roll
expressed
10.
here in eastern Oklahoma, the address
Dissolve.
is Your Turn, Post Office Box 6, Tulsa 74101. The fax 918-584-5513.
Ready, 4 and Glenda Straight. We'll
You
take
can find
to
us on
page
the internet
27A.
at newson6@aol.com, and on email we need a hometown. Unsigned letters not considered for air, but names and hometowns will be withheld on request.
Take.
Unfortunately,
Ready,
we all
11.
haven't
To package
received
sound
them, but a
full.
new
We'll take
$100
11
bill
clean.
is
No
circulating
key.
in Tulsa. The government has given $85 billion worth of
Roll 11.
currency a facelift.
Take sound.
One of the things that the Treasury Department tried to do is they tried to enlarge
Ready, key.
the face of the individual.
It's Benjamin Franklin's
Dissolve
face
it
that's
in,
bigger on
animate.
the new $100 bill.
And there's
Ready,
less of
4.
them around than there will be the new one.
Take Mike's Q Glenda.
New 50s aren't far off. It's
Ready,
the
3 on a
next in
3.
line for modifications next year.
Take.
Well, I haven't seen any of those big $100 bills.
I haven't either, but it
Looking
looks
forward
good. I like the bigger picture.
Ready, Sky
That's
Cam
it.
with key.
That's the
Sneaky
news.
music
Thanks
in.
for sharing your time.
Have a good evening. We hope you'll join us again at 10.
And
Good night.
dissolve. Read your key. Ready, 10. Roll 10. We're back on title 10. Dissolve. And ready your break, master. Roll it, fade it, and take it. Thanks, everybody. Good show. Okay, Master, you'll need to change your bug. VTR 20 is rolling. The open is 19 over 10.
It's all yours, Timmy.
Tell John to stand by in the studio. And ready 10. Roll 10. And sound under from 10.
Let us go forth a while and get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of ball is glorious.
Music up a little bit. Stand by in the studio. And dissolve mics and cue, John.
Good evening.
Ready, key,
Welcome to the
bug
Sunday
in,
Sports
and key in.
Special. I'm John Anderson, and hallelujah.
Key out. A little more sound up
baseball
front if you
season.
would, please, sir.
To some, a
Stand by to
sport
add your
more
box
boring than a
in, key in
spelling bee, but
upstream.
To me, well, you know, you can't spell glove without love. The White Sox and the Mariners chosen for the honor of opening the 1996
Ready, 11 with
big
key
league
and
season,
music.
the earliest
Roll
start in
11.
the history of the game.
Take
and
music.
they ruined it by playing indoors at the Kingdome, but hey, you can't have everything. First
Key
inning,
out.
it's the big unit throwing to the big hurt, and the big hurt unloads.
Doug will be title
Thank you
1
very much. That would
upstream
be your
next,
two-run
wiping
home
to
run,
10
and the visiting
clean.
team up 2-0. Randy Johnson, though, did strike out 11 through 6. Look at the umps, got brand new red shirts. They're looking good, too. Ron Karkovice has his shop glasses on. Ooh, apparently not prescription, because Randy Johnson strikes him down. And then in the 5th, Mike Bragg, he hits the home run. It is gone. A
Key in.
solo shot. And
Ready,
score
10.
now 2-1.
Roll
M's
10.
Trailing in the
White.
6th. The Reds usually get things started every spring. Today, though, an intrastate exhibition.
We'll have a score
with the
key here,
Indians
Doug.
in
We're back on
Columbus,
title
and
4 on the board,
Manny
same
Ramirez
box.
with the 3-run jack. Albert Bell, Eddie Murray come home ahead of him, and the
Key in.
Tribe win it 5-3.
Ready for an effects take.
Of course, Major League Baseball never looks better than
11's in
opening day
K-scope,
when the
sound
foul
full,
is made in the
wiping to
World
10,
Series.
sound full
In
for a
between,
package
there are
next.
still big problems with the national pastime, and sports
Ready,
director
11.
John Walls looks at those during a Sunday Sports
Roll 11.
Special Spring Swing Report.
Dissolve music. Ready 10. Roll 10. and white. Sound full.
Spring training, school is out.
Ready, key?
Last year, because
Key
of
in.
the strike,
10 seconds back. Stand by in the studio. Ready, 4 on the board. Drillers box.
From
For
Baseball
reader.
City, Florida, I'm John Walls reporting for the Sunday Sports Special.
Take Mike's cue, John.
Thank you, John. Down on the farm, Tulsa's team.
Again,
the
this is
Drillers
reader
return to
11
field
with
on
key is off
Tuesday
the
night.
top.
Tulsa
Next for
taking
page
on Oklahoma
28.
City, an exhibition game at 7 o'clock out at Driller Stadium. The team's Texas League home opener is against Arkansas Wednesday, April 10th. And then
Row
again
11.
On the 11th.
Take.
College hardball.
You can advance your
TCU
still.
wrapping up a 3-game set
And
at
key
J.L.
out.
Johnson's
We'll have a score
San
key here.
Juan
Background
today.
title
Alex
to 4 on the
McClain,
board.
just
Final
one of many
4.
big bats for Oral Roberts here. A 2-run single. Lots of hitting, no pitching. Eagles
Key in.
sweep the series with a
34 on the board.
16-14 win.
Take.
College basketball's biggest game.
This
kicks
is a
off
reader.
here
10
on
will be in
Channel 6
K-Scope
tomorrow
with
night,
key
but
next
not
and
with
music.
much anticipation for the folks here at KOTV. John Holcomb's already clinched the pool. Pre-game festivities for the national championship game between Kentucky and Syracuse start at 8 o'clock. The Orange last played in the title game back in 1987. The Cats haven't played for the gold trophy since winning
Roll
it
10.
all 18 years ago.
Take music.
The women's NCAA championship game played between Georgia
And
and
key out.
Tennessee
You
tonight
can
in
advance
Charlotte,
your
North
still.
Carolina.
It'll be
Early
Title
on,
1
Michelle
upstream,
Marcy
wiping
and
to 11.
Marciak
Title
gets the
2
steal and
upstream.
finishes it
Next
for
for page
Tennessee.
31.
Georgia, though, well, they take the lead here. It was their last lead. Lakeisha Fret with the hoop.
Ready,
and
Title
the
1
foul from there.
upstream.
All Tennessee. Latina Davis with the layup, and they blow out
Key
the
in.
Lady
Ready,
Bulldogs.
11.
Final
Row 11.
65
White.
there. Final 4 hopefuls hooping it up at the McDonald's High
And
School
key out.
All-American game in Pittsburgh. Washington Hornet coach
Well, the
Nate
score
Harris
key
manning the
downstream,
bench
Doug,
for the
back on
West
Title 4 on the board,
Broadwatches. Corey
NBA.
Benjamin with the follow slam for his team.
You can take it
Jim
downstream.
Thomas, though, oh, no look pass. He puts it inside the hoop from close range for the East team. Then Jermaine O'Neal, oh, he takes it off the glass. Fine alley-oop there in the East. Running away with this thing. Well, they're trying to get it close. Glennon Alexander for 3. He's a piglet, headed up to be a hog next year. Play the game. Shaween Holloway between his legs. Thank you for the Thunder Slam.
Ready,
East
key
over
in.
Nate in the West.
Ready, 4 on the board.
120 to 105.
Take.
Give me any 5 of those prep
10's
players.
in
and I'll take
K-Scope
my
with
chances
key and
against
music
the
next.
Vancouver Grizzlies.
Roll 10.
The NBA expansion franchise
Take
is
music.
well, right now they're the worst. An all-time league worst.
Key out. You
21
can
game
advance
losing
your
streak.
still.
They're riding, hosting Charlotte this afternoon. Country inside.
Title 1
Thank you very
upstream
much.
next.
Nicely done. But then Country going to get a little
Wiping
bit
to
back.
11
That
clean
Geiger
for page
over the big
33.
fella. And then Larry Johnson's going to come up big for the visitors. We're going to have 22 straight losses. Oh, LJ. Thank you
Key
very
in.
much.
Ready,
Final
11.
Hornets 121.
Row 11.
Grizz 88.
White.
San Antonio Spurs at the other end of the spectrum, going for win number 17 in a row. Phoenix in town. Charles Barkley. off
Title
the
1
Michael
upstream
Finley,
over
the rookie
11,
from
Doug.
close
Wiping to
range.
10
David
clean if you've got it.
Robinson. Nice pass inside, bounce pass to the big guy. He slams it home. And the Spurs were on their way. Charles Smith going to get some of that too. Nice drive around Barkley. Another slam. KOTV sports editor Lance Conrad in
Key
attendance
in.
and watching
Ready,
the
10.
Spurs thump the Suns 97-83.
Roll 10.
White. Forget the Bulls going for 70. How about the Red Wings run at an NHL
Okay, this
record
score key
60
can be
wins in the season.
downstream.
Fight.
We'll be back on
fight.
titling
Hey,
to
Fox
John
Track
on the
is back,
board
and it's
straight.
cool. Thank you very much. Goal for Slava
For page 35, break 3 tees.
The Red Wings, and then Paul Coffey from up top. That
Remember,
gets
Chris,
by
no
2.
music on the
And
tees.
Wings
Key in,
notch
no box.
Win number 58 over St. Louis, 8-1.
Take. Ready,
Time for
19
our
and
first
11. Sound
intermission
from
here on the big
19
show.
and 11.
Tennis,
Roll
golf,
19,
and
roll
auto
11.
racing when we come back.
And sound dissolved. Run. Sounds full. Christy, you'll fade us to black with the bug. Five seconds. And roll 14, fade is taken, master. 5 seconds. Ready, 4 on the board, and dissolve Mike's cue. Bug
Welcome back
in
to the
and
Sunday
key in.
Sports Special. Tennis news. Andre Agassi didn't even
Key
break
out.
a
This is
sweat
a reader.
winning the
10's in
richest tournament
K-Scope
on the
next
ATP
with
Tour.
key and music
Goran
under.
Ivanisevic handing Mr. Shields the title at the Lipton Championships when he retired down 3-love in
Roll
the first
10.
with a sore neck.
Take music.
Freddie Couples making a truckload of money this afternoon too at the
Key
Players
out. You can
Championship.
advance your
Third round
still.
leader Tom Tolles carded a final round.
We'll be
72.
wiping
That
to
was even
11
hard to
next
stay at
with
minus
Title
14.
1
That,
key in
however,
upstream.
left him in Freddie's way.
For page
Couples throwing a
39,
nifty little
Dinah Shore.
64 at the field. He got the break of a lifetime here on 16 when his second stayed out of the drink. He would go on to eagle the hole.
Nice shot.
He backed it up with a 2 on the par 3 17th. Fred's 12th career win makes him a Masters favorite in 2 weeks and assures him a spot already in the
Roll 11.
championship here in Tulsa in
White.
October. At the LPGA's first major of the year, the Nabisco Dinah Shore former TU golfer Kelly Robbins fired a
Four on the
closing round
board.
68
NASCAR next
to
for
pull
page
into a
40.
three-way tie for second. Robbins' 72-hole total of 6 under, one back of champion Patty Sheehan. The Hall of Famer got around 71, good enough for her first Dinah Shore win, 35th title overall.
Take 10s in K-Scope with music and key next.
NASCAR's
Roll
Food
10.
City 500 on track at Bristol, Tennessee.
Take music.
Then off the track and then back on again and then off
Key
again.
out.
Rain playing
You
havoc
can
with the
advance your
race.
still.
3 times drivers were red flagged into the pits. The third time
K-Slab into the Sife over still 3 board next.
Here was going to have a chance to drive anymore after this little Cheerio incident. Jeff Gordon declared the winner after 342 of the 500 laps of racing.
And wipe it in.
Other auto racing winners from today, or yesterday in the case of the drivers at the Australian Indy kart race. Jimmy
34
Bassett
on
wins
John
there, and
Straight.
the Grand
Once
Prix
again, no
of
music for the
Brazil,
T's. We'll hit it
Damon
cold.
Hill takes the checkered flag.
Take.
Time for our final pit stop of the
Ready,
night.
19
David
and
Letterman's
11.
gonna provide the plays for this Sunday. Back after these
Roll 19,
commercials,
roll
and a word
11.
from Hammer and Hank's bat.
Sound from Dissolve. Run.
Here's the pitch by Downing.
This bite's 22. Out cue, and it's Henry Aaron. Master control. You'll fade us to black into the break.
There's a new home run champion of all time.
Ready, 14. And roll 14. Fade this. Take it, Master. Here we go. And dissolve mics and cue
Back to
John.
wrap things up here on the
Ready,
Triple S.
10
Here to
with
help
key
this
and
week,
sound.
Late Show host David Letterman and the
Roll
world's
10.
most dangerous studio crew of
Take sound.
Over there. Hopkins signs your basketball team now is not going to win the NCAA championship.
And dissolve mics and cue John.
All right, our thanks to Dave. Don't forget the title game here on Channel 6 tomorrow
Ready,
night
19
at
with
8.
11
John
under.
Walls also
Music
appearing
from
on your
11.
TV set tomorrow at 5, 6, and 10. I'll be back
Roll
here next
11.
Sunday. Till then, think baseball.
Dissolve sound full. Ready, key. Key in. Read it over.
The other batters get the Willie Blue.
Read it.
Anything hit his way
Read it.
is out. Man, it just don't pay. Those guys
And read it.
say hey.
Key out, Doug.
Say hey. Swinging at the plate, say hey.
And ready your show, Master Control. We'll be coming at you in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, roll your show, fade this, and take it.